How's it going, everybody? I am ZBilbs, and I'm back today with another band albums ranked. And today we're going over Dream Evil's albums. Now, what better way to follow up my Dio albums ranked than with Dream Evil, who have their band name named after Dio's album Dream Evil, which is a really good choice, a really great album. So a solid name to choose. But, I really love power metal. I've been, listening to a lot of different power metal bands, and this was the latest one that I went through. It was a nice and short discography that I could binge through. So let me know in the comments what other power metal bands you'd like to see, what other metal bands you'd like to see in the future, like Firewind, which the guitarist Gus G also has done a lot of work on. But without further ado, let's get going through these six albums. So starting off at sixth spot, this is kind of an unfair choice, but I've got In the Night. Now, this is unfair for the one reason that for some reason they don't have In the Night on Spotify, which is how I listen to all of my music. So this kind of sucked. There's been other albums that haven't been on Spotify, and I still listen to them. I'll look them up on YouTube and I'll listen to them a few times. But it's different because generally, once I go through an entire band's discography, I'll choose my favorites and then I'll listen to them over and over on repeat in a playlist of their bests. And I couldn't do that for In the Night. So perhaps I don't have this one ranked quite as high because I just didn't listen to them quite as much. But that being said, I also do think that generally speaking, the songs aren't quite as strong as other ones. It's hard to say that because honestly, I don't think that Dream Evil has a bad album. Even this album, I still think is decent. I just think all of the other albums are a decent amount better. Now, the best songs that In the Night has, in my opinion, is for one, the title track In the Night, which is solid. Frostbite, which is awesome. And the Fires of the Sun is great. Probably my favorite right now is On the Wind. Probably why this is my least favorite Dream Evil album is just it's got just a handful of not so good songs. Probably the greatest margin of songs I like to songs that I don't much care about come from this album. But once again, it could be I've listened to it less than the other albums. But either way, that's my pick for my least favorite Dream Evil album. Moving on to number 5, I have got their latest album, and that is 6. Now, once again, pretty much all Dream Evil albums ranked lists that I've seen have put this one in last place instead of In the Night, which I can kind of see, but right now I'd probably disagree because honestly, I think this album is a little bit underrated. It's got a handful of just absolutely excellent songs. Let's see. It's got Creature of the Night, which is decent. There's 666, which goofy song name, but really awesome song. There's How to Start a War. There's 44 Riders. They finally did their band title name, Dream Evil, which is a decent song. I don't know why it took them this long to do it, but and then probably my favorite is The Murdered Mind. I think that's a decent one. So overall, just a solid lineup of songs. I just don't think they quite reach the heights of other albums that they've got. There isn't one song on there that is just like a top tier Dream Evil song. It's got a solid amount of good songs, just not quite enough great songs to propel it high enough. But overall, I still think that 6 is a really solid album, and that's coming in at number 5. All right, now into the top 4. These 4 are all really hard to rank because I think these 4 are genuinely all awesome albums. But coming in at my 4th pick, I've got Evilized. This is their second album. Apparently, they recorded it in like 2 or 3 weeks, but it's hard to tell because it's a freaking awesome album. Let's go over the songs. They've got Forevermore, one of their best, ballady, just beautiful, pretty songs. Invisible is decent. Bad Dreams is solid. Fight You Till the End is great. Break the Chains is all right. Evilized, that's probably my second favorite. Absolutely fantastic title track. And then my favorite song in the album, probably like my second or third favorite Dream Evil song overall is in this album, and that is Children of the Night. That song is so freaking catchy, so freaking awesome. Which just makes this just a great album overall. Once again, I just think other albums have just more great songs in there. And this next album is ahead of this just by a touch, and that is United, coming in at 3. This one is, I believe, their first album without Gus G on guitar, and it's probably their best album without Gus G, because this is still an absolutely fantastic album. An absolutely stacked lineup of songs once again. Let's see, there's Fire, Battle, and Metal, the title track United. A lot of people love that one. I think it's just good. Just little side note for that. Higher on Fire is decent. There's a bonus track that I don't really count in Into the Unknown. Not the Frozen one, obviously. Doomlord is all right. And then the heavy hitters in this one, you've got Blind Evil, which is fantastic. And then probably, once again, probably either my second or third favorite Dream Evil song overall, is Love is Blind. Now, I haven't seen much talk about that one. Maybe it's people don't like the more like ballady, like, harmonic metal songs as much, but I think this one is just the perfect mix of, beautiful and melodic and heavy at the same time. I just think just absolutely fantastic song. But that is United, coming in at number 3. Now these top two were so freaking close. I swapped these back and forth over and over. I think either one of these is the right pick for number 1, because both of these albums are absolutely fantastic. But there can only be one at number 1. So coming in at number 2, we have The Book of Heavy Metal. Now, this is really the album that skyrocketed them into at least some level of fame. This is the album that really got their name out there, and for good reason, because this album is fantastic. Now, going over their lineup of songs for this one, they've got some more like really awesome melodic ballads with Unbreakable Chain, Tired, some just really awesome ones with Only for the Night, Let's Make Rock, The Sledge, which is kind of goofy but also kind of fun. I think that's kind of Dream Evil in a nutshell. They're just a really goofy band. They've got a lot of like really weird songs, like Made of Metal for Evilized is such a goofy one. Not a very good one. So it's like for Dream Evil, it's like it's goofy bad or it's goofy good. Or it's just freaking awesome. Who knows? Into the Moonlight is good, and then my favorites for this album would be Crusaders Anthem, and obviously the title track, The Book of Heavy Metal, maybe their most iconic song, and for good reason. It's once again, it's very goofy. There's in the Book of Heavy Metal, like it's ridiculous, but it's amazing. But it is outdone just a little bit by, I think, their best album, and that is Dragon Slayer. Now, this is, I believe, their one and only concept album. I think you could make the case for Evilized and maybe Book of Heavy Metal. I think just Evilized as a concept album. But, like, when a concept album works, it really works. And this is one of those cases, because not only is there just such a wide variety and just high quality of songs in here, but they all just work together with that whole like slaying dragon type of theme, the whole medieval stuff. It's fantastic. It works so well. And even though this one has probably a smaller lineup of songs that I enjoy than the Book of Heavy Metal, I think this one has probably a higher quality of songs. And this is probably, just generally speaking, like the most like powerful power metal album that Dream Evil has put out. Just the guitar work that Gus G has on this one, I think is just unmatched by anything else that he's done in Dream Evil. Who knows, maybe Firewind has got something up there, but it's just so fast-paced and just fantastic. There's songs on this one that are of note. You've got Losing You is solid. Their highest listened to on Spotify is The Chosen Ones. That's a good song, but I don't think that's their best song by a wide margin. Still solid though. Kingdom of the Damned is decent. Then their best ones, I believe, are Save Us is great. In Flames You Burn is fantastic. And then I think their top two, both are probably in my top five Dream Evil songs. You got Chasing the Dragon. That's like the quintessential from this album that just sets the tone for what's to come. And then probably my favorite is The Prophecy. Just absolutely fantastic song across the board. Vocals are amazing. The Gus G is just legendary in here. But yeah, that's Dragon Slayer for you. Great concept album, just fantastic songs across the board, and that is going to be my favorite Dream Evil album. But let me know, how would you rank the 6 studio albums from Dream Evil? Do you think they'll put out a new album anytime soon? I really hope they do, but I don't know. I've heard some reports that they might be done for a while or forever, but hopefully not. But next up, I'll probably have Black Sabbath or Judas Priest. Let me know what other videos or metal album rankings you want to see. But that's all I got for you. I'll see you later.